All right, welcome back to OU Nightly. Thanks for joining us after a long night last night. Today, picking up the pieces, getting all the information into our newsroom about last night's severe weather event. Yeah, it was late February severe weather event. We'll get these from time to time. Last night was rather historic, however. We did see 7 tornadoes across 6 different counties statewide. Of course, it started out in the Texas Panhandle, spreaded northeastward here into the central part of Oklahoma, where you see the majority of the tornadoes existed, including, of course, 1, potentially 2 tornadoes here across Norman. So right now, we know that the tornado that was reported southwest of Tuttle has sustained a mid-range EF1 damage, whereas then the Norman tornado, which, by the way, could be tornadoes, which whether or not it lifted and sat back down once again, still damage crews are out assessing that, as you've seen throughout the show. At some portions created damage that was at least high-end EF2, potentially EF3. Then a couple more here in Pottawatomie County near the Shawnee area. Both of those causing some significant damage as well. So again, a busy night last night, especially for it being late February. And it all kicked off out in the Texas Panhandle, and there they went. The warnings, they went up quickly. And this storm, it was getting it as it headed into Oklahoma at times, moving 80 miles per hour. And you see tornado warnings moved into western Oklahoma around the 7 o'clock hour last night. Before then, they marched into the Oklahoma City Metro. By 8:15, we were tracking severe thunderstorm warnings moving into the Oklahoma City Metro. Overall, it was still quiet at the 8 o'clock hour. Before then, it wasn't too long before then, here came our first tornado warning across Norman. That is a classic supercell embedded within a line of thunderstorms there. That is a scary signature to see on radar here, just over Norman and right near the OU campus. And again, this was at 9:20 last night. We were under tornado warning. Folks took their immediate tornado precautions, thankfully have learned of no deaths in the Norman area. And then this thing eventually continued its race off to the east, like I said, producing a couple more tornadoes before then finally beginning to weaken as it headed into northwest Arkansas. And then we were done with it, okay? But again, that radar signature was fairly significant here. And again, we were covering it live here on OU Nightly for several hours last night. This was coming in real time, but to recap it, this is when we saw really the most, or not the most intense, but some concerning radar signature here. This is what we call a couplet, as it was tracking towards the OU campus. And had this thing lifted just a little more north, we would have been in trouble here on campus. But this is, again, State Highway 9, and here's Interstate 35. All right, and so again, it tracked off to the northeast. This is where it crossed Highway 9. Again, we've seen a lot of video and photos from that today, damaging, here's the Avenue apartment complex, a Light Norman, places like that, before it continued to track off to the northeast. You see, it did intensify, and that's where Catherine and Olivia were today, reporting today, where it became more intense, and it was at its most intense just 1, 2, 3, 4 miles east of Norman. Okay, so again, could have been worse. Overall, though, was, again, of significance late last night, okay? So, again, rolling through some of that video here, you know, this is, again, the drone from the church where the steeple was blown out into the yard. Yeah, that's supposed to be up on top of the church. Very strong winds from that last night. Again, more roof damage from homes across that neighborhood. Okay, now, again, in the way of rainfall, only saw about 1/3 of an inch in Norman, 1/10 in Oklahoma City. This storm was moving too quickly for us to pick up any rain, and right now couldn't be a different picture. Sunny skies out there, and temperatures, they're hanging out in the middle 70s for a lot of us across Oklahoma. The springtime temperatures did return. As I said, it was a silver lining today. The cleanup at least was accompanied by sunny skies and warm temperatures, and the winds have calmed down significantly than they were overnight last night, thankfully. Now here goes that storm system. That's a powerful, once again, a powerful signature as the sun continues to set. It marches eastward here along with the jet stream going on, and you see here in Oklahoma, it has now risen off to the north. This is leading to sunny skies. We're sitting under a considerable amount of high pressure now, thankfully keeping us warm and dry. Okay, so over the next couple of days for your air mass forecast, we're going to stay under that high pressure. This will keep us seasonal, in fact, a little bit above average before then on Thursday and into Friday. Now we see another powerful storm system. This has the potential to bring more severe storms. This time the risk does not include the Oklahoma City Metro, but we do have the chance for some wintry precip. Okay, real quick, the risk is most high for severe storms in far southeastern Oklahoma, with some counties, again, in southeastern Oklahoma within a slight risk. But if you see in Oklahoma City and Norman, the Oklahoma City Metro is very quiet here for the severe weather risk, thankfully. Okay, but now what we do have the chance for, yeah, we just did tornadoes last night. By late week, we'll be looking at the potential for a very cold rain, perhaps a wintry mix, snow flurries out in western Oklahoma. Okay, that's what we're all about here in Oklahoma. We will flip-flop in 3 or 4 days, and that's what we're going to do here over the next couple of days. So as the storm system brews off the coast of California, it's going to move in here into Oklahoma. We'll see again rain and storms. They're going to collect here across Oklahoma before then it expands. We should see some pockets of heavy rain in some locations, hopefully with the potential to see nice rain accumulations from this one. All right, so as we move into our 7-day forecast here, again, looking at the 70s. Before then, we're going to slowly get into a cooling trend. There comes that strong cold front. We'll be back in the 50s before, hey, this time next week, we're right back in the 70s. Guys, back to you.